Hi everyone, my name is Jay. I grew up in Chicago and I moved to Hong Kong 7 years ago. I graduated from Chinese International School in 2015, and now I am a rising junior at the University of Pennsylvania, double majoring in economics and psychology and minoring in mathematics. I'm really passionate about teaching. I want to become a high school teacher in the future. And for past experiences, I taught at a summer teaching residency called Summer Bridge Hong Kong in 2014 to 2016, so 3 summers. And my first and second summer, I taught economics and physics. I designed and taught my own courses to underprivileged students. And in my third summer in 2016, I was an administrator. I was a mentor teacher, and I helped teachers with their lesson plans. I observed lessons, and I also ran workshops and basically supported the teachers and ran the entire program with 6 other administrators. It's something that I'm really passionate about and something that I'm looking forward to in the future. And I also am very excited about teaching and tutoring at MAST education. Hi everyone, welcome to our first lesson on economics. So today we will be learning about the basics and the very fundamentals of economics, the basic economic problem. So that's what we are going to be learning about today, the basic economic problem. So when you think about economics, what usually comes to mind? Maybe you think about money, maybe you think about a market, maybe you think about buyers and sellers. So those are all really good things, but we're going to go really, really simple today. We're going to talk about the fundamental, the simple essence of economics. So imagine that you walk into a room and you see 10 chairs in the room, but let's say there are 20 students. You walk into a classroom, there are 10 chairs, but there are 20 students. So obviously in this situation, not every student is going to be able to get a chair. So what are some ideas that you have about allocating these chairs to these students? So maybe you thought of first come, first serve, right? First come, first serve is an option in the world that's constantly used when we take seats in class, when we take seats on a train, on a bus. It's always first come, first serve, right? But again, think about this option. Do you think this is fair? Maybe there's some elderly people or handicapped people who really need a chair. Do you think this is a fair allocation? Maybe not, right? Another thing would be take turns, right? Another option, take turns. Maybe have 10 students sit in those chairs today, have the other 10 students sit in those chairs tomorrow. But again, think about whether this is fair or not. Maybe a student, again, his handicap needs to sit, needs the chair more than someone else does. Another option, how about pay money? Maybe if you want to sit, you have to pay. You got to pay. That's something that we see in our world today. If we want this laptop, we have to pay for it. If we want this phone, we have to pay for it. But again, is this fair to everyone? What if someone is poorer than someone else? Someone is not so privileged. Maybe it's not so fair for them. They can't have access to this chair. Or if someone pays even more than someone else and someone else doesn't have enough money, again, it might not be fair for the underprivileged. So these are some of the options that you might have come up with. And let's say we decide on first come, first serve. Just say this is an easy option. First come, first serve motivates people to come to class on time. So let's make a decision now that we're going to allocate these chairs to these students using first come, first serve. So congratulations, you just made your first economic decision. So what is economics really about? So in this situation, think about this. So we have 10 chairs. So we have limited resources. We have limited resources in the world. For example, 10 chairs, or like a certain amount of money, a certain amount of time that we have, but it's limited, right? But we have unlimited wants, right? Unlimited wants. There's no end to how much we want. Think about what you want right now. Maybe you want a new phone. Maybe you want a new laptop. Maybe you want to move somewhere. Maybe you want to travel. But can you do all of those things? Probably not. Or even if you got those things, like, would you be fully satisfied? No, right? Like, we would probably continue to want even more. After we get a phone, maybe we want an even better phone, or maybe want a case to come with our phone. So our wants are unlimited. So as you can see here, there's a problem, right? What's the problem? Well, we can't have everything that we want. So there's a problem, right? There's a problem here. We can't have everything that we want. So what do we have to do in this situation? If we can't have everything that we want, what do we have to do? Thus, we must make choices. Okay, we have to make choices on how we allocate our resources, our money, our time, our energy to satisfy our unlimited wants. We must make choices to satisfy our wants, right? So this is called the basic economic problem. Or in other words, scarcity, where we have limited resources but unlimited wants. We can't have everything that we want, thus we have to make choices, and this is called the basic economic problem. So this is essentially what economics is about. How do we allocate our limited resources to satisfy our unlimited wants? What's the best way to allocate? So in our situation, we came up with some ideas, we made a decision, and that's how we decided to allocate our chairs to the students. And following from a decision, following from a decision, there is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. So what is opportunity cost? So I like to think of it as opportunity cost. So opportunity cost. I'm going to write that down. Opportunity cost. So opportunity cost is the second best option. Okay, the second best option. So let's go back to our example here. Let's say our first option was first come, first serve, right? And maybe our second option was to take turns. And our third option is to pay money. So what would be the opportunity cost in this situation? The opportunity cost would be taking turns. Taking turns, right? Because it's the second best option, opportunity cost, right? It's the second best option that we decided not to pursue. It's something that we forwent, or like so the second best option forgone, right? Something that we sacrificed. Yeah, so basically this is the basic economic problem. This is what economics is all about. Economics is the study of how we make choices to satisfy our wants. Economics is the study of how we make choices to satisfy our wants. So there you have it. That's a basic introduction to economics and what economics is all about. I look forward to teaching you guys even more about economics and building off of this foundation and these fundamentals.